Hey up, coffee grinder time. Firstly, re-video, that should be one down, that I shared. We'll start there. I apologise for the huge delay since I last did anything. I've moved house. I've downsized from 3-bed to 3-bed semi to a 1-bed shoebox. It's been quite horrific. Huge amounts of stuff going for recycling and donation to charity. Grapes are good. Grapes are very good. Good. Green grapes, winner. Anyway, so that's why there's been no rants. I've got too much to rant about. Pent up annoyance, mainly with estate agents. We've already done estate agents, but I will be doing them again in the near future. Fucking stand by for that shit. That's epic. I'm like boiling. Anyway. So, video below, as previously directed. That badger is all about people taking risk. Multi-millionaires, most successful people in the world, have all taken a risk at some point. At some stage, the most successful people in the world have gone, you know what, I don't care what the norm says, I don't care what society says, I don't care what other people's views of this are. These are my views and I'm going to take a punt and I'm going to take a risk on it. And if people don't take risk, A, they're really boring, but B, they're not going to succeed in life. You know, you can be a sheep, just plodding around, like fucking lemmings. Look at lemmings, right? One walks up to a cliff, fuck it, let's jump off. Wee. The others are that fucking stupid, they do it as well. Wee, come on then, the last one did it, looked right, fucking laugh. Wee, jump off into the sea, get in the fucking sea, and then they fall and die, right? What sort of fucking creatures were lemmings? Get a grip, right? But although they made a great video game. But anyway, not the point. So, you can be a lemming or a fucking leader, and that's the point of that video. And that's what the business model for OG is all about. You can be a lemming or a leader, and if you want to put yourself out there, do something a bit different, potentially make a lot of money. You know, there are a lot of people making huge amounts of money off the organogold model. Then get involved. It's not just about good coffee, and it's not just about beneficial coffee. It's not just about Ganoderma. It's about a business model that can also help you. And initially most people start off using it as a supplementary income, and they do reasonable out of it, and the more they get into it and the more they generate off it as a supplementary income, the more they put into it, and then the more they put back, the more they get back. And people take risks in life. People have got to take risks. If you don't take risks, mankind never moves forward. Look at the knob who invented the wheel. All right, Mr. Wheel. I don't know what his fucking name was. Don't care. Fucking wheels and everything now. Right, didn't come up with that. I was sitting on his hoop, just going, I wish I had someone can move that from A to B. Fuck it, can't be arsed like a fighter. Let's have a bit of hot water to drink. Right, he got his head in gear, squared his life away, helped people out, sorted himself out a wheel. Bit of a knobhead, should have copyrighted it, but there we go, he didn't, so unlucky lad. But anyway, not the point. He thought out of the box. He thought differently. He didn't think the same as everyone else. He wasn't a fucking lemming. He cracked on and squared his life and squared his life away by making a circular object. But you know what I mean? He thought out of the box. If someone had said in the 1800s, man's going to be on the moon in the next 150 years, they'd have pissed themselves. Whatever, dickhead. Whatever, just looking at this big bit of thing up in the sky, thought it was fucking cheese or something. Right? Eventually, science catches up. Hello, ideas here. Let's think a bit wacky, think a bit weird. Canadian government in the 90s had a massive problem with snow on some power lines, and they were coming up with multi-million-pound ideas to get snow off power lines and keep electricity flowing around Canada. And one of the things that they came up with, one of the plans, and they still use it this day, is to fly helicopters. Fly helicopters low over the power lines. Cost a lot of money. But one company came up with the idea, and it's dead simple, of hanging pieces of meat on the poles. Right, well, fucking good's that? Well, the bear climbs up the pole, and he's a big hefty fucker. And as he's climbing up, the big hefty fucker, he shakes the pole. Pole shakes the snow off the power lines. Whee! All it costs you is a piece of meat. So which company's winning? the one who's thinking differently, the one who's thinking outside the box. So the only purpose of this video is to tell you, what do you want to be? A lemming or a fucking leader? Your choice. But by getting involved with this sort of business, you're doing something different. You're thinking differently, and people will go, it's pyramid sales. It's fucking not. It's absolutely not. And if people who say it's pyramid sales are just quite ignorant to what pyramid sales are and multi-level marketing, the differences between the two. When you start looking into it, you realise it's multi-level marketing and it's not fucking pyramid sales at all. So point number one, and the only point of this video, get a grip, is learn the difference between the two. When you learn the difference between the two, you open yourself up, you open your mind up. You see that this business model is a cracking business model. And I'll do another video probably tomorrow as to who's recognised that this is a very good business model. But that's for tomorrow. I'll do a rant next. Enjoy that. Trial.